we already know, Joe Biden will not be the next president of the United States. Neither will Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is going to be president number 47 after being president number 45. But stop the show. Imagine that Joe Biden said, you know what? I don't feel like leaving the presidency. I'm going to still fight to be here, although I've lost. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make it difficult for the next regime to come in. Now, obviously, that wouldn't happen in America, right? You are right, and it's not really wrong, but anything is possible with Tiffany Henyard. You see, because Tiffany Henyard, she will not be able to run for Thornton Township as the supervisor that already has been taken care of by Senator Napoleon Harris. So she's out of that for now, but she still does have 2 months left to continue to be the supervisor. So she's still in control for now. But what could happen?
Tiffany Henyard warning of a potential Thornton Township government shutdown if insurance isn't approved by the board. This after 2 trustees have boycotted multiple meetings, they say, to keep Henyard from appointing a trustee that would give her free reign over township spending and actions.
Right now, we have no insurance. No insurance right now for Thornton Township. That's what's at stake, and they know that.
Embattled Thornton Township Supervisor and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard calling out trustees Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez, saying their absence from multiple board meetings could shut down the township.
How do we operate? We have our vehicles. We have people that come inside our buildings. If you fall, how do we pay for it? We're not covered. So now what? We have to pull it out of our general fund?
So let's kind of clarify that. What's happening now is Tiffany Henyard is saying that the township's insurance isn't paid. So what's going to happen is there may be a shutdown of Thornton Township. But why is that?
Without those 2 trustees, there was no quorum at the meeting and no action was taken. But trustee Chris Gonzalez says his absence was necessary for the greater good of the township to keep Henyard from appointing a new trustee that would give her more power.
If she gets that 3rd spot, then it's kind of free reign again on, like you said, everything, finances, hiring, firings, and things like that. So we just feel it's important, to get it to the people, let them make that choice.
He says he's asked for an email consent vote, which Henyard says is illegal, and special board meetings focused just on finances.
It's not about the township. It's not about the people. It's not about the seniors. It's just about self-preservation.
And despite losing this week's caucus, Henyard says she will be on the ballot in April for township supervisor.
I am 100% confident that I will be, because they did a lot of illegal actions, which my lawyer is drawing up the lawsuit currently.
Voters just ready for their government to work again.
Once you get into a backbiting situation, it tends to be now us against them. Drop all the nonsense.
The reason why that is because Chris Gonzalez and other trustees don't want to come to the meetings. And why don't they want to come to the meetings? Well, it's obvious. Tiffany Henyard cannot be trusted to pay any bills or to do anything like that. And the reason why is she doesn't pay bills in Dalton. So what she wants to do is elect a 3rd trustee to come in and then start doing all kinds of stuff, approving budgets and things like that. And that would give her 2 months to go head on and break the township. And it can even get worse. You see, Tiffany Henyard is not afraid of repercussions. That's the thing about dealing with somebody who's delusional. She feels that she's been wrong, but she doesn't feel that she's wronging anybody else. So the worst thing that can happen is that she can actually get more money and make life harder on everybody else. And of course, that money will be gone. I mean, just imagine that Tiffany Henyard can't even pay her rent with her Thornton Township supervisor salary.
So now I have to pay a special process service in order to get them served, which is more fees for me.
Hull says she leased this home to Henyard and her boyfriend in 2021. She says the last payment came in August. She filed eviction papers last month. She says she's now owed $5,000 in back rent plus late fees. She says the couple was a no-show for a Zoom hearing Tuesday morning.
The sheriff's been out here a few times to serve them. For a household that makes, over $350,000 a year, I'm asking for pennies.
And if you think that Tiffany Henyard is going to go down without a fight, you're insane. You see, Tiffany Henyard was dead broke before. Her credit is terrible. She has no real business experience. She has nowhere that she can go. She's probably going to go to prison. So, and she won't have that salary. And the thing about the salary in Thornton Township, it's over $200,000 a year. So that would just make her back Dalton mayor, which she's making around like $50,000 a year. And that's not enough to sustain her lifestyle. So see, Tiffany Henyard has to do whatever she can do to make sure that she stays in power. And again, she's not afraid of being arrested. You know, the normal person, like maybe you or me, we're seeing that we're doing something wrong. We're like, oh, wait a minute. We need to stop the popos and them Amazonas. But when you're crazy, you don't really care about the popos. You are caring about self-preservation, which is what Tiffany Henyard is going to do. And so Tiffany Henyard is going to do whatever she can do to stay in power for as long as she can, because she doesn't have any other opportunities in life. And what does this teach us? You see, Thornton Township was a victim of identity politics. And let me just say that when she got the opportunity, it was all about the fact that, hey, she's young, she's black, and she's a single mom. And let me just say that a lot of residents in many black cities or in many big cities have professionals that are younger, that are black, that are single moms. This is something that is very, very common. However, just because somebody is young, black, and a single mom or a single dad or short or tall, it doesn't really mean that that person should be in some level of political power or political influence. And a lot of times you're trying to give that card to somebody when they've shown in the past that they just can't do the job. I mean, if you look at Tiffany Henyard, she was once a slum landlord. She basically messed up at South Holland Community College. She basically did all kind of stuff as a trustee that was wrong. So this was a track record the whole entire time that she just couldn't do anything right. But again, identity politics wins again. And now look, you have a crazy situation on your hand, a potential township shutdown with somebody who's a complete maniac. And now you have trustees not even wanting to come to these business meetings because they don't want to make her another trustee before her term is out. And now people in the township can suffer. What about the services that you need? Let's look at healthcare. Let's look at buses. Let's look at things for the elderly. Let's look at the police. All of these things could be completely at risk to a certain degree because you have somebody there that shouldn't be there, and you gave her the opportunity simply because that person was black, or that person was African American, or that person was a single mom. Now, what do you say when you're at a situation now where you're dealing with a person who has nothing to lose? This person has nothing to lose. Let's look at Napoleon Harris for an example. Napoleon Harris played football. He got an MBA from Northwestern University in Illinois. This guy is a married black man. He's a senator. He has a reputation to uphold, okay? That means that he cannot basically do anything wrong, and if he does, he's gonna have a lot of scrutiny. Well, Tiffany Henyard was doing everything wrong before, just not publicly noted, okay? People just didn't publicly know it. So what that was saying, well, hey, listen, all the wrongs that I'm doing in my personal life must be okay. Look at how I'm being elevated. So now you have a situation where a person that shouldn't be there is actually there, and that person has a lot of delusion. And black people, we got to do better. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We're out.